qualities in a truck that are most important are reliability, just really great function.
Having a truck is pretty much a necessity to getting to most of these locations. Oftentimes it's narrow, steep, loose, rough, rocky roads.
Having a truck is essential to every part of what we do, from picking up material for the home to delivering the home.
Always carrying something, pulling something.
It's something that we use every single day here.
Imagine a bank that goes where you go, creating seamless solutions for every step in your financial journey, allowing you to manage your money the way you want to, with a banking relationship that makes every day extraordinary. Imagine a world full of possibilities, always within reach. Central Bank. We do banking better.
Hey, welcome back to the Missouri Sports Network, MissouriSportsNetwork.com, where everyone has a home field advantage. As always, coming to you live from the Pizza Ranch studio and presented by Central Bank of the Ozarks, Chevy Dealers of the Ozarks, the Missouri State Highway Patrol, Doak Propane, Great Southern Bank, Liuna Local, Labor's Local 663, Building Missouri and Building Missouri State, and the Bank of Billings, established 1889, the oldest bank in Christian County. Certainly glad you have tuned in. We welcome to the Missouri Sports Network, DeSmet head basketball coach Kent Williams. Coach Williams, thanks for your time today.
Oh, thanks for having me, Guy.
And Coach, not unfamiliar to this area. It's been 6 years since you guys have been in the Arvest Classic, but tell us a bit about the background. A lot of folks here in Southwest Missouri will recognize the name and the face of Coach Williams.
Yeah, a little bit about my background is I played at SIU Carbondale. So I was a Missouri State Bears rival for 4 years. Went against Coach Henson while he was here as the coach. And then I got into college coaching, and I actually coached here at Missouri State for 3 years with Conzo Martin. So my wife and I lived here. We actually had our firstborn daughter here at Kennedy. My family's actually on the way here right now. And so we're going to spend a fun weekend back in Springfield. It's been a few years since I've been here. And then my team, we came here 6 years ago, and I wanted to get back to Springfield. So bring my team down. It's a great tournament, great competition, and I love Springfield. So bring my family. We're going to have a good time.
Coach, and with regards to your team, tell us a little bit about what you had to replace coming into this year, what you lost due to graduation, and who are some of the guys that are going to have to kind of carry the ball for you?
Yeah. Over the last 5 years, we've been one of the top 5 teams in the state, especially in the area of St. Louis. We had 2 years ago, we've had 2 Division I guys, one Yaya Keita, who went to Mizzou, and now he's transferred to Oklahoma. And we had another big guy that went to Pepperdine named Sekou Gassama. Then last year, we had a really good senior class led by Brian Taylor, who was a two-time All-State player for Missouri. He's at University of Milwaukee up in Wisconsin, and having his freshman year there. So he was a big piece. He was a 1,000-point scorer, carried us for the last 3 years as our 6'4" point guard. So very versatile player. Had a few other seniors that were really instrumental for us. We were pretty big last year. We went 6'6", 6'8" inside, and had another 6'6" guy off the bench. So lost quite a bit. But this year coming back, we do have two returning starters, both Duff boys. Justin Duff, who was a senior, he had 26 in our first game last night. And then, he's a 4-year varsity guy, 3-year starter. He'll surpass the 1,000-point mark this year. And we got a big fellow named Patrick Orgliasso, who is a senior. And everybody else we have is young. One of our returning starters is Dylan Duff. Justin's younger brother is a sophomore. But he's coming straight from football. So our football team went to the semifinals. So he's only practiced about 5 or 6 times. So he's not quite in basketball shape yet, but we're getting him there.
And Coach, to that end, tell us outside of just your connection to the area, wanting to come back, to the area. And understand your wife worked at Color 10 for a little bit, so she's got friends in the area as well, and your family coming down. What about the Arvest Classic kind of drew you to it? Obviously, the competition is outstanding.
Yeah, and I think the first night of the event definitely showed that. 3 of the 4 games came right down to the wire, including our game. So, like I said, I like coming down to Springfield. Really like playing different competition. I like to challenge our guys. I told DeSmet when I got the job, I'm not in it to try to boost my resume, try to look like I'm extra special, and do a schedule that's built on wins. I'm not doing that. I'm going to do a schedule that's built on challenging our guys. I want to travel, take our guys to a tournament early in the year where we can build some camaraderie. And then I like coming down here because there's just a great mix of teams from all over. We got 2 teams from St. Louis, 2 teams from Kansas City, obviously 2 local teams here, and then you got Helias, and then you got a team from Arkansas. So you're kind of getting a little spread of everything. You're getting different types of styles. And I think early in the season, you want to see different types of styles so you can kind of develop and work on things that we can only practice so much and work on what we can do. So you want to see different teams play. And I think coming down here, it's a good chance to see a variety of competition.
So you get the 59-54 win a night ago. You talked about Duff having the 26 points. It was a very physical game with Lee Summit West last night. Also a power, football power as well. So you expect that, when you talk about that. Now you've got a Kickapoo team tonight that won by 50 points last night. Tell us a little bit about the matchup tonight with the Chiefs.
Yeah, I mean, Kickapoo is very talented team. They shot the ball really well last night. They've got a lot of experience coming back from their previous team that's had a lot of success. So obviously, like I said, I lived here. I know I was a college recruiter for 11 years. Kickapoo's had a lot of players. It's definitely a powerhouse in the area. So I'm excited for the matchup. It's going to be a tough one. They got some guys that can play, and they've got some size. So I'm expecting to be just as physical as last night's game was versus Lee Summit West. And, being a local team, there might be a little bit more of a crowd, and that's fine. Bring our team down into maybe a hostile environment. It's kind of what we want to try to do.
Yeah. Coming back into town, have you had many people just come out in contact, come out to the field house where you guys are practicing today? Have you had people kind of reach out to you?
I've had a few, just a few knowing I was going to be in town. But really, I'm kind of keeping it to myself because I got to coach these guys. I got to watch over 14 young men here in a hotel and kind of got to focus on these guys. But yeah, just walking to the gym last night, saw a few familiar faces. I'm sure there'll be maybe a few more here over the next 2 days. But and my family's going to stay down for one more day and just kind of enjoy Branson for Sunday, and just get the kids out of the area and let's have a good time as a family. But like I said, it's always a blast coming down to Springfield where we used to live.
Coach, tonight at the end of the game, if DeSmet comes out on top, what's 1 or 2 stats that you're going to be able to point at and say, hey, this is why we won the game? We controlled the ball. We didn't create turnovers, maybe from the free throw line, fouls. What are some stats you're going to be looking at? Well,
definitely taking care of the basketball. We're young. I've got 2 seniors, as I mentioned, and the rest of my team that plays is freshmen and sophomores. So being a second game of the year, just trying to limit the mistakes that we have early and taking care of the basketball. And then we really need to pressure the ball and try to make it tough for them. But with our, we're really not real big. So making sure we keep them off the glass, giving them one shot and done. Really nothing special. I'm not giving you any stat that any coach wouldn't say, but just take care of the ball and limit them to one shot. Obviously, they got a great player who put up a big game last night, and we know about him, and he's going to be a focal point of us trying to stop what they're trying to do.
Absolutely. Well, again, Coach Williams, Kent Williams, head coach at DeSmet. I greatly appreciate you being generous with your time. I know you're in a hotel room and you got guys, you got to get them fed. You got to get to practice, shoot arounds, things like that. So I always appreciate you being generous with your time, and best of luck tonight.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
You bet. DeSmet head basketball coach Kent Williams on here with us tonight. And as always, the Missouri State Highway Patrol reminds us to take that 3 seconds and buckle up. It's 3 seconds that could save your life. Be safe, be smart, and be here tomorrow.